In the aftermath of the Second World War, nations came together to say, never again.
Yeah.
They established the United Nations and agreed a simple set of universal standards of decency for mankind to cling to going forward, which were then set out in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. These standards were intended to protect the individual from the state, to uphold the rights of minorities, and to provide support for the vulnerable. The idea was simple. These standards would first be enshrined in regional treaties, such as the European Convention on Human Rights, and then be given legal effect in every country. In the UK, this was achieved when Labour enacted the Human Rights Act in 1998. The whole point of human rights is that they apply universally to all people, everywhere. Nothing in the Human Rights Act makes the judgments of the European Court of Human Rights binding in our courts.
Absolutely.
The obligation on the UK as a whole to abide by the decisions of the European Court is found in the European Convention itself, signed nearly 60 years ago. Repealing the Human Rights Act will make no difference unless the UK withdraws from that convention itself. Nor has there been a fundamental shift in defendants' rights under the Human Rights Act. By stark contrast, the Human Rights Act has heralded a new approach to the protection of the most vulnerable in our society, including those in care homes, child victims of abuse and of trafficking. Let us affirm the principle that human rights apply to everyone equally. Any proposed British Bill of Rights inconsistent with that principle will not be worth the paper it's written on and will face widespread opposition, and not least from me on behalf of my constituents in Holborn and St Pancras.
Yeah.